Welcome to the Brothers of Destruction podcast, where we break down all the latest WWE action. From epic rivalries to shocking twists, we've got the full breakdown.
Yes, everyone. Welcome to the Brothers of Destruction podcast. Yours truly, Primetime, and my boy Flace. We're going to get into it. How you doing today, Flace?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. How are you?
Now, I'm blessed as always, man. I'm blessed. Even when I'm not blessed, I'm blessed. So, we're all good, guys. We're going to get into our little Raw review post-Backlash. We're going to go over certain topics. We're going to go over the continuous Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker feud, which seems to be entwined with Division and Street Profits. We're going to look at the Obafemi challenge. We're going to look towards Saturday night's main event. We had a bit of a bang of a match between Sol Ruka and Io Sky. We'll get into that. And we're also going to look at Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns going at it again. We'll discuss who came out on top, how it goes going forward. And a little bonus topic at the end, we're going to discuss our favorite Roman Reigns feud. So we're going to pick one each right at the end. So before we get into it, guys, keep in mind, remember to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. We're nearly hitting the 100 mark. So let's push, get that final push, show you support, guys. We really appreciate it. And you can also follow us on Instagram and check out our older episodes on Spotify. Ready for it, Flace?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm ready to get cracking.
Let's go. I'm ready to fight. It's like I'm in the fighting mood today. But yeah, we'll get into it.
Why don't you take up the Obafemi challenge then, if you're ready to fight?
Nah.
You see how much you're ready to fight now?
I know my level, you know what I mean? So, on my level. But we'll get into that Obafemi challenge because it's an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting discussion we're going to have about it. But before we get into that, we're going to look at the two rivalries that seem to be sort of mixed in with each other now. And it's an interesting dynamic here. Seth Rollins doesn't have any friends. He's put himself in that position. But now that he's a face, he's trying to get Street Profits and him to work with each other against Division. So, following on from their great match at Backlash, probably my favorite match on the card, looks like Rollins and Braun Breaker still continuing, and Street Profits and Division are still continuing. Let's get into it, Flace.
Yeah. Look, first, I quite like this. It's a bit of a redemption arc Seth's having to go through because he's in the past turned on people. He's pissed off enough people for them to turn on him, and he's now by himself.
Yeah,
he said he's got no allies, he's got no friends, and I quite like this phase he's going through, to be honest. As for the rivalry, we discussed it on the last episode and said actually the way Braun beat him, it seemed almost quite conclusive to the rivalry.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I did say I wouldn't mind seeing them go at it again because bearing in mind that was Braun's first match in 2-3 months, however long he's been out.
Yeah.
And that was only Seth's second match. So I think actually when they go again, it'll be even better than it was at Backlash. So I wouldn't mind seeing that match again, to be honest.
Definitely.
It's interesting, the dynamic with Seth and Street Profits. It is quite interesting. Whether he will get them on side, I'm not sure. Maybe. But then, listen, maybe, again, if he's going through this redemption arc, maybe it works out better that he doesn't get them on side. I quite like it. I quite like the Street Profits being in a feud with Austin Theory and Logan Paul, and then you just keep it Braun against Seth. Obviously, at the moment, the rivalries are intertwined. I'm probably more against it. I would rather it just be Braun, Seth going at it, Street Profits, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory going at it. I'd rather keep them separate.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's two separate feuds here. I don't mind it intertwining or whatever, or mixing it up because obviously Braun Breaker and Logan Paul and Austin Theory are all part of the same group.
Yeah, from time to time, it does make
sense.
Yeah, from time to time, you're going to have those sort of interactions.
And I think it keeps both feuds fresh as well for a little while as well. So it's not just, them one-upping each other each time as well, but because they're all mixing in with each other, it can keep both feuds going for quite a while. Obviously, I can see Braun and Seth Rollins going till SummerSlam. Vision Street Profits potentially around that time as well. Maybe Street Profits end up beating the Vision for the tag titles. Or, as an announcement made on Raw, it could happen Saturday night's main event. the next event for WWE just before Clash in Italy. They've announced Division defending the tag titles against Street Profits. Should be a good one.
That should be a good one. Obviously, we'll make predictions as well close to the time.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That should be
I think it'll be quite close up as well because I think it's only not this Saturday, but the next week Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? It's the 22nd or something like that. Is it
20, yeah, 23rd. That's it. Yeah, I'm sure it's 23rd. That's the Saturday.
Do you know what? I wouldn't mind the Street for Profits beating them. Genuinely, even the Vision. To be fair, as a group at the moment, I'm not feeling them. I don't know about you. I'm just not feeling it at the moment. I think Bron is so far ahead of the other two, of Logan Paul and Austin Theory. It's unreal.
I like it better. I do prefer this incarnation over the one on the Rollins. Something about that didn't seem to sort of fit, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
Something about that didn't seem to fit. I do like this group. I think they could be doing more with them.
I think there's potential there, but at the moment, I'm not liking it.
Yeah. I think once you see them all together as a group for a little while, then maybe. Bearing in mind, you've had Austin Theory just came into it. Bron Breakker got taken out. Well, Bron Breakker got injured. Then you had Bronson Reed get injured as well, not long after. So,
do you know what might be interesting? I don't think I've got down this route, but back in the day, Don King, boxing promoter, he would always have both champions, or he'll have something in the clause that he'll leave with the champion. But very rarely did Don King walk in with the champion and walk out with the loser. He'd walk in with the champion and walk out with the champion, whoever that might be.
Smart businessman.
Could you imagine if next week, Saturday night main event, Street Profits beat Logan Paul and Austin Theory with help from Paul Heyman, and the Street Profits replace those two in the Vision?
That'd be like
I think it would I think it would freshen up the Vision. If I'm
that'd be a big swerve. I don't know if
I don't think it'll happen.
And Logan Paul's faces, that would be a weird dynamic. That's the only thing I'd say. Specifically
Logan Paul. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
Getting a lot of
I just think it would give the Vision sort of a bit more, a new impetus.
Maybe it could do. I think there could be other ways of doing it, but it could be a thing where switching the members might work. I just think the amount of heat Logan Paul gets.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because at the moment, it's not like they even look like they're turning face. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Just for me, thinking how you can give the Vision a bit more new impetus and keep them fresh. I think the Street Profits in the Vision would actually work.
Yeah. It could work. Them two as heels under Paul Heyman's too.
Yeah, I think they could work.
I would say Logan Paul wouldn't turn face. Austin Theory, I always kept thinking he was a bit of a mold in that group, but I don't think he is now. But you can still turn him face. I'm also going to point out as well, I don't know if anyone noticed, this happened last week as well, they was talking backstage. But also this past week on Raw, when Austin Theory was getting interviewed and he's about to get in his car, there was a woman in the seat, and I think that was Maxine Dupree. And I'm sure
I actually forgot about that.
That's an interesting.
That is,
theory somewhere there, no pun intended.
That is, and again, when we talk about giving it new, fresh impetus, a slightly different direction, something new, something fresh. Again, I think that could work.
Maybe a Maxine Dupree, because they tried to add Becky Lynch sort of to the group, didn't they? When Seth Rollins was there, and obviously, she wasn't part of it once Rollins got kicked out. So maybe adding a female in, just something different in there.
That would work. I think Maxine Dupree as a heel as well could work.
She was a heel when she first came onto the main roster. Some male models didn't work out. I thought there was potential there, but it didn't work out. But that could be. Yeah, they're teasing something with it then. Definitely teasing something with it then.
I don't think that was an accident. Being in
no, because they've done it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, that wasn't an accident. So there's something there. Poor Otis. This guy's got someone telling him again. Poor Otis.
I don't know if they're gonna make a thing of it with Alpha Academy and then feuding with division. But I think it would just be a case where she quietly leaves. You might get backstage segment where they ask her what's going on, but that's about it. You could get a tag match out of it, why not? But again, that's an interesting dynamic there. And yeah, as you said, that is looks like it's done on purpose. So we'll see where that goes from here.
Yeah, that's quite intriguing. I actually forgot about that part, to be fair. That is quite intriguing.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. We talked about the tag title match at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
Now, another match that was announced, another title match, is the Intercontinental Championship, Ethan Page against Penta. So he's already getting it in IC title match. Sad against Penta. That's
He seems to be
interesting.
getting a push, yeah. I didn't think he would get a push like this so soon, but they're obviously quite high on him.
Yeah, he had a really good reign, a lot of people saying, with the North American title. So maybe they're looking at him as a champ, like the same way with the Intercontinental title. Especially because I think his character was like, he's pro Canada, obviously he's Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he had his own spin on it, his own sort of thing on it, like the Canadian title or something. We need to watch a bit more NXT. But I don't know if they'll pull the trigger that soon with him beating Penta at Saturday night's main event.
No. I wouldn't do that. Unless the plan is to push Penta into a title picture.
Potentially, yeah. Again, you could push Penta somewhere, maybe.
I wouldn't yet. I think it's definitely too early for Ethan Page, and I think it's a little too early to push Penta into a title picture. Maybe towards the second half of the year, I would start looking at that.
Maybe, yeah, because I'm looking at Raw roster now and thinking, well, we've got two people that's in the feud now, Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. We'll get into that later. But I'm also thinking, who else you push into that main event scene? Like at the moment,
to be fair, Raw's quite stacked.
It's stacked with talent. I'm just thinking main event talent. Obviously, got Punk, who's away for now. But then you've got your stars like Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio.
You got Punk, you got Jacob, you got Reigns. Gunther's good, isn't it? So Gunther you ain't got, to be fair. I'm missing someone.
Obafemi's in there as well, but I think you wait a little bit for Obafemi.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that long before he's in a title picture.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Well, whilst we're mentioning Obafemi, we'll get into the next topic then, because the Obafemi challenge happened, and no one even came out on the challenge. He went backstage and beat up Berto and Angel Los Garza, and dragged them to the ring, and then just squashed them.
It's funny. I was just getting ready to come out and accept the challenge, but he was a bit too impatient, and he just kicked off. So I just said, "I'm just stay and chill."
That's a shame, innit? Both me and you could have maybe done a better job than Los Garza. Maybe make it last longer, just running around the ring. You know what I mean?
I thought, look,
the way that man moves, he probably would have caught us anyway. But
do you know what? After obviously he done what he done to Brock, I wasn't keen on this over challenge. I think I said at the time, it feels like they're not sure where to take him now. Either they're not sure where to take him now, and they're doing this just until they think, right, what's our next move with him? Or they're doing this to buy time for him to be in the title picture, maybe after Jacob. I thought it was one of the two. So I wasn't really keen on this initially. But I quite like what they did on Raw this week, where actually no one came out and he went backstage and dragged out the nearest person he saw, two people in this case, he saw. Yeah. And Los Garza, they had their asses handed to him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just on a side note there, I think they tweeted out something which might indicate that they might be getting released or not re-signing. We'll wait till something's confirmed. But at this rate, you're just not surprised anymore what happens next. But Obafemi, it's good. I think it's good. It does buy time a bit as well. And you just seen him dominate. That's what a lot of people want to see. They want to see him dominate. Yeah. And it lets it build up that suspense, and everyone's like, who's going to come out and give him a proper challenge? You know what I mean? Like, everyone's in suspense, like, who's it going to be? Even if it's not the next weekend, it's another squash, but then people are still excited thinking it could be someone big this time, or...
I think that's what we're going to need. Is he going to be a clash Clash in Italy. He's scheduled.
I don't think he will, I guess. I don't know if he was only about 2 weeks away and there's nothing been built up for
There's
it.
nothing being
So
built up for it. So, what's the
yeah.
next event after Clash in Italy?
Night of Champions, I believe, in Saudi.
Yeah, Saudi. They'll definitely want him in Saudi.
They might do. They could even hold him off on the POE for a while, maybe till SummerSlam, the big one.
I don't know. I think the Saudis, with what they're obviously paying to bring it to Saudi, I think they're going to want it, their biggest stars. At the moment, there's no one more over than Obafemi. So I think the Saudis would definitely want him on that card. Now, if that's the case, then maybe a few weeks before that, he gets someone that comes out. Obviously, he's got the challenge on Raw, and someone like a proper challenge for him comes out, which sets up a match for Night of Champions.
Could do. Depends as well. They've been doing it like last couple of years. The King of the Ring tournament. They might do that at Saudi, the finals. But then now you've also got the John Cena Classic now.
When does that start, by
The John Cena Classic, I got no idea. I've not heard anything about it since the announcement at Backlash. So I don't know if that's going to be part of it going to Saudi or I still don't know how it's going to work, to be honest. I know it's the fan vote and whatnot, but I'm also like, is it going to be a separate event happening, or is it going to be just trying to look now? But I don't think anything else has been said about it. I'm intrigued by it.
Well, who could come out? That's at least half a threat to Oba.
Yeah, I don't know. Rusev's already faced him. Rusev was his first.
He got destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, short match.
I'm trying to think who's on the Raw so that can come out. You might think, whoa, okay. Oba's going to win, obviously, but you might think, oh, okay, this might be interesting.
Give him a bit of a push, yeah. Braun, they wouldn't do. I don't think they'd do anything.
No.
So yeah, no one really comes to mind. Yeah.
When's Bronson Reed due back?
I know he's out for a while. I think he was out for a while, but not sure when he's due back. Yeah, she might not be that far off.
Someone like him would be very interesting. Again, I'd expect Oba to win, but if you're old on, there's two big monsters going at it, and yeah, Bronson himself is
make a match of it. Yeah, make a match of it.
Make a match of that. Yeah.
I thought Otis might have given him a bit more of a challenge because the size thing, but and even the way he picked him up and threw him, I was like, damn.
It was a mismatch.
Boy.
It was a mismatch. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I've got to think about actually. Who could come out that we think, oh, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Could lead to a match at Night of Champions, possibly.
Yeah. It's not that comes across my mind at the moment. It might even be a big guy, but just a smaller guy who gives him a bit of a test. Like, even Javon Evans, who's had apparently really good matches with him in NXT.
Yeah.
Might give him a match.
Yeah.
Maybe the face dynamic, they might not.
Yeah, I reckon it's probably got to be a heel.
Yeah.
Especially as you're looking to push Oba as probably the next big face. It's got to be a heel.
Could be someone from SmackDown, maybe.
Maybe someone from SmackDown comes over, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the brand split thing, like, you don't even know what's going on with it now. Usos are appearing on both brands. Jacob's just appearing on Raw now. And he's still guy. So I don't know if it's just with the Bloodline, the Simone family, where they can appear on whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, there's not much order in terms of the brand split.
We'll see how it plays out, because the way he had to go to the back to get someone to fight, and no one came out and asked the open challenge. I don't know how long it will even last for until he gets a big challenge anyways. I don't think it'll be that long till he gets a big challenge.
It can't be, otherwise it'll become quite repetitive. And he's going to start to lose momentum.
Yeah, drag out too much.
Yeah, so I would say it's probably got to be the next 2 weeks. Someone of note, let's say, is going to come out and give him
someone who you would look at and think is a threat.
Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see where it heads. We'll go into this match. So another star from NXT who's making good early strides, and she didn't do herself any harm with her match against Io Sky with Sol Ruka. So she impressed quite a bit.
Yeah,
I'd say. Like it was a good, athletically pleasing match to watch. Like it was a bit of skill in there. You see the athleticism in the skill levels of both women. And it was a good match. Love the finish, the way she reversed her finisher into the crucifix pin, Io Sky. Yeah, it was a good
I,
match.
I love Soruka. The athleticism is ridiculous anyway. Like, stupidly ridiculous.
I think Michael Cole made a slight comparison of her to Lita, which was interesting. Maybe
I,
she's probably
I,
more athletic than Lita,
I
but
was going to
maybe
say, yeah,
level.
yeah, actually, star wise, I would say that's a good comparison. But yeah, she's
Yeah,
even more athletic than Lita.
yeah.
But for someone that's not been wrestling that long, Soruka, her actual skill set is quite, and her technique is pretty decent. It's at a pretty good level,
Oh, yeah.
along with the ridiculous athleticism. So and she's only what, 26, 27 off the top of my head.
Yeah, she's in mid-20s. Yeah, so she's
Yeah,
still young.
like, oh
So
my word, like if she again carries on progressing and carries on learning, 3, 4 years time, she's going to be out of this world. I love Soruka, to be honest, and the sky's the limit for her. She could be whatever she wants to be. In my
she's
opinion.
very good in the ring.
She's got the look. I enjoyed her promo last week
With Becky.
with Becky. Yeah, I
Yeah,
enjoyed
she
that.
did all right. Yeah,
I thought
she
she
did
did all
okay.
right. Again, she'll get better and more comfortable, more experience. She could be
Mm.
whatever she wants to be.
It looks like they might be building up to a feud with her and Becky Lynch as well. Well, based off last week, and then Becky rubbing it in that she lost this past Raw as well. So that would be, and as much as people say, Becky Hogan, she wins all the time, she always wins the titles. Becky does put people over.
She does.
And
Becky,
I always
especially
say this as
current,
well. You don't have
current
to,
Becky.
yeah, you don't have to lose to someone to put them over. You can put them over by making them look strong against
Mm.
you, or even if they look stronger than you in a match or better than you in a match, and you still somehow get a win. I think that's another way of putting someone over. And Becky will do that with Sol Ruka as well, whether she drops the IC title to her or not. She could end up dropping it to her for we know.
Becky will look after her. Becky will make
Mm.
her look good. Again, I've said this to you before. In the past, I was never a huge Becky fan, but in her current run, I would say I've really come to appreciate her. Really
Yeah,
come to appreciate Becky. I love Becky now. But yeah, she'll look after Soruka. I've got no doubt. Soruka will look good. She'll look strong. Whether she wins the title, I don't know. Again,
she
only time
could.
will tell.
Yeah,
Yeah, she'll look good. Becky will make her look good.
I wouldn't be shocked if she does win the title off Becky Lynch.
And sorry,
Try
let
to
me
freshen up
clarify
the
that.
division a bit.
Sorry,
What's
let me
that?
clarify that. When I say Becky will make her look good, I'm not disrespectful. So I'm not saying she's going to carry Soruka, but Becky
No,
will make
but
her look strong. Soruka,
she'll make her a star in that
yeah,
match.
her athleticism is genius as it is, and like I said, her skill set and technique, for someone that's not been wrestling long, is at a good level. So Soruka
Definitely.
in herself is good, but I just think being alongside Becky, wrestling Becky would just take her up a notch and make her look that bit stronger. And
I
that,
can see that.
and
I
yeah,
can see that.
she'll come out of it. Soruka will come out of that rivalry with her reputation enhanced.
Oh yeah, definitely,
She's
definitely.
the best.
Wherever the end result is of that
Yeah,
feud, I
yeah.
think. Yeah. On the side note, Io Sky, after a brilliant match with Asuka, they hugged again backstage. Asuka took her suitcase, left. Now the reports were getting in that is a personal reason, I think family reason why she's going back to Japan for a bit. So as far as we know, she's not retiring. She's not retiring. She's not semi-retired, as far as we know. But she's back in Japan for personal reasons. So
Well,
don't
I
speculate.
had semi. The report I saw is that she was semi-retired or will be semi-retiring. I didn't know that she had personal issues back in Japan.
Yeah, I think apparently it's with personal issues in Japan why she's gone back for. She could be semi-retiring. Again, she's wrestled for years. She's in her mid-40s now as well. So it wouldn't shock me if she did go to semi-retirement. Obviously, you see she's still got the knee brace now she wears when she
Yeah,
wrestles. She had a big injury in the past, so there's
it could be
possibilities, but
she's gone back for personal reasons, and
yeah,
she just thinks to herself, "I don't fancy going back full time," and who could blame her? To
it
be
could be
honest?
that. Yeah, and
Look,
she's wrestled for years. She's wrestled for WWE a long time. If we look at it, really, like 10 years she's been
yeah,
there for.
yeah.
probably just over 10 years, in fact. So, and with WWE's travel schedule as well at one point. So, maybe again, I don't want to speculate what the issue is or what
No, no.
the
Listen,
exact reason
whatever it
why she
is,
go
I
back to
hope
Japan. Yeah.
she gets the best outcome from it. I hope everything's
Yeah.
too bad. I
Hopefully.
hope she gets the best outcome from it, and I hope we see her again in the ring fairly soon.
Hopefully, yeah. If not, if for whatever reason, if not, I think lose to Io Sky in that sort of match there and the hug at the end. I don't know if that's her partly thinking if this is it, then this is
Yeah,
a
maybe
great way
she
to end
doesn't
it.
know whether this is it. Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
maybe she doesn't know whether this is it. Maybe she's come out for personal reasons, and she's just
Yeah,
going
I
to
have to
see
sit down
where
and
she
think.
is. Yeah, in a few months' time.
You never know. But again, that's not a bad way to go out the way she did either. Like Lucio Sky is kind of like a passing of the torch.
Yeah, yeah, it was very much so.
If she does, especially if she does end up retiring. But I won't speculate too much. We'll see what happens with her. All the best to Asuka though. One of the great women's wrestlers, maybe even overall wrestlers in that WWE's had in the last, we say, 10 years.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that. I wouldn't argue with that.
Oh, we're going to go into another fight that's happened. Another brawl between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. And again, Jacob Fatu's got the upper hand on Roman Reigns. Boy, they're making him look like a proper monster, isn't it? This ain't even just Raw last couple of weeks as well, but Backlash, he battered him after match. Reigns used the exposed turnbuckle to beat Jacob Fatu. And then Jacob Fatu beat him up at the end afterwards, and then he beat him up on Raw as well. It's like Reigns can't seem to
Just
get
can't
the
get
upper
better
hand
of
over
it.
Jacob.
Yeah, he just can't get the upper hand. I noticed this. Obviously, he beat down the Usos on his way to
Oh,
the
that was quite
ring,
funny. But yeah,
and then
even the Usos
obviously there
beat
was the
them.
brawl, and he got the better of Reigns. But then when he left and he turned back and he sort of ran through them,
Oh yeah.
I think where did Jimmy and Jake? Where did they come from? Like,
I
I
didn't
don't know
know they
why.
were
I just
there.
let's see if I
I
see
thought it was
them.
just me.
Yeah, where did they come from? But nah, listen, Jacob's a bad man. I told you, he's a bad man.
Yeah. I don't think he's a heel or anything, as I say. Yeah, I think
He's
he's
just a
just a
bad
badass
guy,
face.
too.
Yeah. And he's just a bit of a loose cannon as well.
Yeah, he's showing us the reason why Reigns wanted him nowhere near the WWE.
And I
I
think,
also can see
yeah.
Jacob's point of view. He's saying, hold on, I should have got the call from you. Like,
Mm.
we're family, we're meant to be family, meant to be blood. I was going through hard times, and it was Solo that ended up calling me.
And I think that's why, if you notice, if you remember from the early stages when he came into it, he was like sort of devoted to Solo, saying, and I love this. This was the original catchphrase before the all gas, no brakes thing. Now, what I mean, but he used to say, I love you, Solo. And I love that as well. And
Good days.
if you look at that, maybe that's why he was so devoted to him and he was, loyal to him the way he was at the start because Solo brought him in,
Yeah.
or he thought Solo brought him in. And it's like, it's because Solo, like Jacob, look after his family and all that. And he's got that money now in there. And whereas, and he's never, even when he turned face, he's never had that thing with Reigns where they see eye to eye.
There's
He
always
always,
been something there. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
but I think even when he started feuding with Solo, he probably always had that sort of
Respect.
respect deep down because Solo brought him in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in
You've
storyline,
never
yeah,
seen this side of him against Solo. The side
yeah.
you've seen now against Reigns, you've never seen the side of him against Solo.
So no, maybe that's where they will revisit it and make reference to it as well at some point, maybe.
Yeah, none of the. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that.
But yeah,
I can
but
see.
by looks of it
I'm
now, this
enjoying
feud
the
is.
feud. I'm enjoying the feud.
I'm enjoying it. And looks like it's continuing on as well. And good news is Reigns will be appearing in June on the Raw episodes now. The bad news is he's not on the one in London when I'm going to it. I'm just like, I'm kidding.
I know, I know. So
Oh,
at least you're going to it. Obviously, I can't make it for personal reasons, but
yeah, no, of
I'm
course.
gutted. They should be back here later on in the year, even if it's at Wembley Arena. So yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
later on in the year, hopefully.
yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because I think CM Punk's not there for it either for the England show, and you're just like, Two of the biggest stars in the world, man.
I'm gutted because obviously we wanted to go to that one together, but yeah, just
Yeah.
life has got in the way for me. But
We'll go to another one at some point, definitely, definitely. Hopefully
yeah,
the prices haven't gone up by then. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
actually, I'm quite glad I'm not going when I saw them prices.
Yeah. I paid quite a bit for mines and I'm quite far at the back. Whereas if you remember when me, you and that little dickhead went 2018 and I can't remember the prices, but I know it wasn't anywhere near what I paid for and it was close to it. Whereas I'm quite far back this time.
That's a good point. It wasn't too bad in 2018. But listen,
Yeah.
it's TKO prices.
It's unfortunate as well, yeah, because it is pricey and
It's not
I'm sure they're aware of it. Everyone else is aware of it. People made comments, people said, it's pricey, but and especially when you see people get released or people restructuring their deals, it doesn't sound any better. But again, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes with them. If they're struggling financially, I don't feel like they are. Um, it's just a bit of frustration there. But with the product how it is at the moment, I think the product's good at the moment. I think the product's decent, like Raw and SmackDown. So I think the important thing is not to let
SmackDown.
SmackDown. Yeah,
I'm not really feeling SmackDown. Raw's good
I
at the
think
moment. Like
yeah,
Raw's good at the moment.
Raw's good. I
The
think
irony,
SmackDown
the
could
best
be
thing
a
about
bit better.
SmackDown at the moment is the gingerbread man.
Gingerbread Man. Hey,
Yeah,
it's over.
that's probably the best
And,
thing about SmackDown. It was such
but
a
you know what? I would have been excited to go to a SmackDown thing with Trick Williams' entrance. Cody Rhodes is at whoa. Kit Wilson song playing.
so
Um,
you're going to Raw rather than SmackDown.
I'm going to Raw rather than I'm going to Raw, the Raw taping.
Raw,
Yeah, I know
okay.
they announced the SmackDown taping as well, but that was quite late, and I was already looking at the Raw one. But
Okay.
SmackDown, some of the stars you got there as well. Some of the entrances you sing along to, get into. Quite excited for, but hopefully Raw will be good as well. I think Raw will be good. It's just a shame Reigns
It
isn't
will.
there.
It's the better show at the moment. So yeah, you've probably picked the right show to be fair.
Yeah, it's a better show at the moment, I'd say. It's a shame Reigns won't be there, but just interesting as well because I remember on the last episode from Backlash with his match with Jacob, you said Reigns is really underrated and he's one of the great performers.
In ring
In
form,
terms of
I
Reigns,
think he is.
this leads into what I wanted to discuss. What is your favorite Roman Reigns feud?
It's it's between two. For me, the outstanding two is Brock and Seth.
Mm,
I would probably lean. Ah, do you know what? I would probably lean to Seth because, again, a bit what we're saying with Jacob, he can't seem to get the better of Seth. Seth is in his head, and it's just like there's this one guy. Again, as I saying, got styles make fights, and sometimes
yeah.
it's just one person who gets the better of you more often than not. A bit like back in
Hmm.
the day you had Ali, Kenny Norton. It's
Yeah.
just one person that gets the better of you more often than not. Because whether they're inside your head or star wise, you just can't. And it just seems to be that Seth is always a step ahead of Reigns. And I
He
think
isn't.
that brings an intrigue to that. And even when they're not on screen together for months on end, as soon as they are on screen together, you feel it. A bit like the other day, was it last week on Raw?
When it was backstage, yeah,
Yeah, like
Rollins said you were in my way.
yeah. And there was nothing there, but you just felt the tension, the history,
Yeah.
everything. So yeah, for me, I would say Seth. I love the rivalry of Brock,
Yeah.
but I would say it's Seth. But we ain't had, and the other thing with the Seth one, I think we've only had what, one or two one-on-one matches.
Mm.
We ain't had
Yeah,
many.
I don't think they've explored it enough, the Reigns and Rollins.
They haven't.
They
But
haven't.
again,
That's the
and this
thing.
is why it's my favorite because they haven't. But this again, you felt the history and the tension when they was together the other day
Yeah.
on Raw, and that's why it's my favorite because it's there, it's always on a knife edge, and when they
Hmm.
do it score properly, all eyes are going to be on that feud, and
Yeah.
they have to go one on one, whether that be at SummerSlam or WrestleMania. They have, for me, I'd prefer it at WrestleMania because
I think Mania needs to
yeah,
happen.
we missed that trick with Triple H against The Rock. We should have had
Yeah.
that at WrestleMania
One-on-one.
2000, yeah, when it was
And
a
it turned
four-way
into a
match.
fatal four-way.
Yeah, it turned
Yeah.
into a fatal four-way. It should have been one-on-one. I
I
they
think Reigns
don't miss that trick again.
and Rollins was meant to happen this year, but obviously
But
with the
obviously,
Rollins
yeah,
injury,
yeah, it
they
was.
had to divert, they had to change course,
It was.
change paths.
But yeah, for me, yeah, I'd love to see that. Yeah, you don't even need to have that SummerSlam. Mania next year for me, that's got to be it. Even the match they had at the Royal Rumble, what, 3 years ago, was it now?
That was a good match as well,
It
but
was a wicked
even
match.
then,
Even in the match, Seth was a step ahead of him, and then Reigns got frustrated, and then he got himself disqualified because
and
Seth was always a step ahead of him. And for me,
I
that's
think that was,
intrigue.
and I think that was technically the only title match he lost in that title reign as well. Obviously, without losing the title, that's the only one-on-one match he lost.
I think he looked, yeah, yeah.
That feud,
You could be
because Rollins got in his head. I'd say my one. Um, it's maybe a toss up between him and Jey Uso, just because it was right at the start of the tribal chief sort of when he just won the title and the tribal chief character
Oh,
became
when
prominent.
he's bullying Jay.
Yeah, he was bullying Jey, and even that carried on a few years later. And then I thought, it was very well done as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, between it's between that and the CM Punk feud. I enjoyed the CM Punk feud between them both.
Oh,
I
yeah,
enjoyed the
yeah,
fact that
yeah, yeah.
they're both like big stars, star power. They're both at their peak. Like just the interactions with them. No one had to be the heel in that feud. There, no one's had to be the heel in that feud, and they're both face, but they're both. Punk had a bit of um, heel tendencies in there,
Yeah,
or whatever the word is. He had a bit of heel
yeah, there were
vibe about him
tendencies.
in there
Yeah,
as
yeah, there
well.
were, yeah,
And
heel
then so
tendencies.
did
Yeah,
Reigns. So it made it interesting. It wasn't just pure cookie cutter or pure baby faces. And it was just about respect or, they weren't personal with each other, they hate each other, even though they're both face.
yeah. To be fair,
Yeah.
the CM Punk rivalry is probably number 3 on my list. So
Yeah.
Seth, Brock, then Punk. But the Punk feud was, even though it was quite short in the end,
Mm-hmm.
it was wicked. Let's be
It was
real. And then
wicked.
obviously capped off by one of the great Mania main events ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll go the Seth one. It's just yeah,
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Jey Uso. I'm gonna go with the Jey Uso one just because I think it cemented him as a top heel with that feud as well when he became tribal chief. Because I think when he
yeah,
won the
yeah,
title
yeah, yeah.
from
I agree.
just showing how long his reign was, he beat Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman in a triple threat. And even when he sided with Paul Heyman, I think people were excited to see that. But then you saw the way he treated Jey Uso, and I think that cemented him fully as a heel as well.
Yes, it did.
And it sort of set the tone for the rest of that bloodline, Roman Reigns, long
Dominance,
making
basically.
title reign, dominant title reign. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Reigns and Jey Uso. The
Okay.
only thing that maybe hurt a bit was at the start. It was in the Thunderdome, no crowd there. It was just only show.
That's why for me, I wouldn't like. It's no disrespect to that feud, but for me, it's just a weird time. To be fair, that time in general
The
is just a
whole
weird
time was
time.
weird.
But yeah, it's sometimes even it's a bit of a blur. Some of it, to be fair, but yeah,
It is, yeah. They don't go back to sometimes in the clips as well if you watch it. They don't
yeah,
like you rarely see clips of them highlighting
that
stuff
period.
from yeah, just because it's weird without the crowd there. But I'd say the feud was quite well done. So
You know what? Even his rivalry,
very well
Braun
done.
Strowman. Braun Strowman was a good
Oh,
rivalry.
the early days, yeah,
Yeah,
that was
a
entertaining
good
to watch.
rivalry. That was a
The
good
only thing that maybe
mad
put me off
dominance.
is how Reigns was being forced as a face and people didn't react in the right way.
Yeah,
To anything, but I did enjoy that for a bit.
yeah, that was a good feud. He's had some classic feuds, but yeah, I'm sticking with the Seth one. That's number one. But we need
Jey Uso's
that one-on-one Mania match to cap it off.
that needs to happen. Yeah, that does need to happen.
And Seth
Hopefully, it does
should
at
win.
some point.
Whenever that is, Seth should win.
We shall see. Reigns might actually get a win back on
No,
Rollins. He
tell a
might
lie.
actually
Sorry,
slay the
no. Reigns
demon.
should win. Sorry, no.
Yeah,
Tell a lie. Reigns should probably win that.
sort of slay the sort of demon or get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
monkey
That's
back.
Reigns should win that because
Yeah,
that's where, again, I think Seth has alluded to it in the past. He created a monster,
yeah.
and maybe he beat Seth, and it sort of got rid of all my demons. So yeah, actually, Reigns should win that.
We shall see if it does happen in the future. All right, guys, we're gonna finish it off there now. So we won't be doing next episode this week. We should do two in a week. We won't be doing next episode because my boy here is on a big stag do, big do. So
That's why I'm getting the water from now.
just prepare for that. So yeah, there's no point doing it when he's wasted and all that. So he's not recovered. So yeah, we're gonna have a little break.
It'll be to review Raw next week, probably.
It'll be to review Raw next week. If anything big happens on SmackDown, majorly big, I think we could discuss it as well. But
we'll figure something out if anything significant happens. Yeah,
we will discuss it next episode. But yeah, we'll have a little few days off, and then we'll be back for our next episode reviewing Raw, guys. Also, remember to subscribe to us on YouTube. Remember to throw stuff in the comments, give us your suggestions, anything you want us to discuss or talk more about, any certain topics, let us know, engage with us. Again, remember as well to check us out on Instagram and Spotify as well.
Take care, everyone. See you soon.
See you soon, everyone.
Thank you for watching the Brothers of Destruction podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode and look out for our question of the week.